Good day and good evening to listeners to our program. Let's first listen to a short story I am about to share with you. I'm Divya, your narrator for this story today. Welcome to Forbidden Reveries. I am Abner, 32 years old. I am already married, but my wife and I don't have any children yet. I am here today to share the story of our married life. Yes, the story of my wife and I is what you will hear today. This story began while we were still studying, and to make everything clear to all of you, this is how the story started. Abner, how's it going having a girlfriend? Don't you feel suffocated, especially since we all know how jealous and somewhat strict your girlfriend Trisha is? Are you really happy even though your girlfriend is like that? Asked my friend. My goodness, Mike, what kind of question is that? If we weren't happy, especially me, our relationship wouldn't have lasted this long. We've been together for 2 years now, and I can say our bond is going strong. Even though my girlfriend is like that, she's kind. It's just that you can't avoid her personality sometimes. What I do is, when she gets moody, I don't argue. Because if I do, I know it will just lead to a fight. I love my girlfriend, so even though she's like that, I always try to understand. That's what true love is, willing to humble yourself and forgive. You know, you'll understand what I'm saying once you experience it yourself. For now, I know you're laughing at me because this is how I am. But I know someday you'll say you get it now. Anyway, I'll leave now because my girlfriend and I have a date. I told him, and I left. I know my friend was shaking his head and laughing at what I told him. It's really hard to explain to someone who hasn't experienced it yet. I wasn't planning on explaining myself to him, but since he's my friend, I didn't want him to think I'm stupid when it comes to my relationship. So it's better that I told him everything so he wouldn't have any more questions. Our relationship remained happy and good until we didn't realize it ourselves we did something improper. We were at the boarding house at the time, at her boarding house specifically. It so happened that it was raining heavily, and I ended up staying the night. In the middle of the night, we both got heated. The weather was cold that time, but that didn't stop us. Even though it was so cold because of the heavy rain, we didn't hold back. We took off each other's clothes one by one, and we became intimate until it was over. That was the first time something like that happened between us. And honestly, we didn't fully enjoy it. We didn't really know what we were doing. What mattered to us at that moment was to satisfy ourselves and to give in to the desire. After that, we tried to control ourselves and kept our distance for a while. But if you truly love someone, you can't stay away from them. Our distance only made us more aggressive. When the time came that we decided to meet again, of course, we met at the boarding house again. Because of how eager we both were, we did something improper again. But then, why was it like that? Why did it feel like we were both searching for something that we couldn't find or feel within ourselves? In short, we wanted to explore. This isn't new for couples who are both open-minded, those whose minds are open to anything. We tried searching on various social media platforms, and during our search we found what are known as friends with benefits, or FWB people who have multiple partners. We tried engaging with people from there. We talked to a man who was also looking for the same thing we were. Before we proceeded, to stay safe, the three of us went for medical testing. By God's grace, Everything turned out fine. We traveled far from our place because we didn't want anyone to see us. We went to another town to make sure no one would recognize us. When we entered the room, we agreed to start in the bathroom. And as planned, I was to watch first and join in only when things got heated. The man we chose was easy to talk to, so everything went smoothly. We paid the man, and it was worth it. After it was all done, my girlfriend and I went home, and as usual, we kept everything we did a secret. After a month had passed, we talked again. This time, we wanted a woman to join us. For the second time, "Babe, I want to tell you something, but please don't get mad, okay?" I said. "Go ahead, babe. Just say whatever you want to say. I promise I won't get mad. Go on, just tell me," she answered. "Babe, I want to do it again. I miss it so much. But this time, I want a woman to join us. If you're okay with it, like before, you'll watch first, then when we're in the middle of it, you can join in." "So, babe, are you okay with that?" I asked her. "That's all, babe?" "Of course I'm fine with it. I even like what you said. You know, when it comes to these things, we're always on the same page. So when do you want to do it?" she replied. "Babe, graduation is coming soon, so after that, so we have something memorable for the two of us," I said. "Deal?" I asked. "Sure, deal. I'm game for that," she said enthusiastically. "All right, babe, I'm excited. It's been a while since we last had our battle. This is exciting," my girlfriend said. Though we were getting impatient, we waited together for the day to arrive. Finally, graduation day came. To be honest, I didn't really care much about that graduation because I was more excited about what my girlfriend and I planned to do after. As planned, we looked for a woman to join us, and we weren't disappointed. There were plenty of people like us out there. Just like before, we went to the doctor together to get tested for any diseases. The test results turned out fine. We were all clean. The woman we chose was beautiful, but my girlfriend couldn't hide her insecurities. She was irritated, so she suggested we have a drink first. I gave in to her request, but we ended up unhappy because we weren't satisfied with the woman we picked. She was attractive, but she wasn't clean when it came to hygiene. That's why we were so disappointed. It felt like a waste of money paying for that woman, only for her to fail at her job. Afterward, my girlfriend and I agreed to live together under one roof. And that's what we did. We thought we'd lose interest in such activities, but we were wrong. Once we started living as husband and wife, we became even more addicted, until we decided to do it again. This time, we chose my friend. Luckily, we knew my friend was clean. When I told my wife about my plan, she agreed. I invited my friend over to our house and we started drinking. When we were a bit drunk, my wife made the first move. She was already eager, so she sat beside my friend and started flirting with him. "Wait, Abner, aren't you mad? Can't you see your wife is obviously flirting with me? You're just going to sit there and watch. You're not going to do anything? You're not even going to say anything?" he asked. "You know I love my wife, so whatever makes her happy, I'll give it to her," I replied. My friend just shook his head, clearly confused by what I said. I knew he didn't understand at all, but I knew that someday he'd come to understand us. I let my wife seduce my friend, and eventually, she succeeded. The two of them went into the bedroom, leaving me still drinking. After a few minutes, I also went into the bedroom, and there, in our own room, we did it all. Me, my wife, and my friend. The three of us indulged in pleasure, and I know many of you will judge us, criticize us for our behavior that had gone out of bounds. In our desire to explore, we even dragged my friend into it. We were both drunk, so my friend didn't say much, but afterward he started avoiding us. That's when my wife and I realized he seemed disgusted with us, because he knew what we were doing wasn't normal anymore. When my friend distanced himself, that's when we decided to stop all our nonsense. We moved to a new place and started a new life together. Now, my wife and I are living a happy and orderly life. Looking back, maybe all those things we did before were just part of our youthful recklessness. For now, we've made a promise to ourselves never to go back to those crazy things. With this, I end our story. Thank you so much, Abner.